Okay, now we need to graph these. The first one, again, if I do my little trick here with shapes, we're going to use a circle. I'm going to draw my circle over here. That's what I'll use to cover up the x and the y if it's useful. And it's actually not that useful in this case. But if I cover up the y, then x equals 1200. If I cover up the x, then y equals 1200. So that means we've got y-intercept, x-intercept, sketch a line between them, like that. It looks like we want to shade on the origin side because 0 plus 0 is less than or equal to 1200, so the arrows go this way. Okay, the second, y is less than or equal to 1/2 x. Okay, that is in slope-intercept form. It tells us that it goes through the origin because the y-intercept is 0. And then it should be going, the slope is 1/2. So for every unit up, it goes 2 units to the right. Or in our case, since our graph is already labeled in hundreds, if I go up 100, then I go over 200, and that should be another point we could use to sketch this line. So it looks like that. Kind of missed the point, but that's okay. Okay, do I want to shade? Where do I want to shade? I can't use the origin as a point, but I can use the fact, it says y is less than or equal to. So that we know when it's solved for y, that means shade below. So we want to shade below. Okay, and then the last one, which is kind of a tricky one to do, but not too bad. We need to get 2 points that we can, so we can graph this line. I could tell you that if, let me change this. If I cover up the 3y, x equals 600. So if y equals 0, x equals 600, that's the x-intercept. That is right here. Okay. And if I found the y-intercept, I would have to substitute, I would have to make that 0 and solve for y. So 3y would equal negative 600, y equals negative 200, which is kind of not on my screen, which is not great. That's why what I might do instead is try to plug in another value that's to the right, which would help us out. I mean, something like, let's see, if I plugged in 900 for x, let's say I make this a 900. Then I get 300 equals 3y. Got to let this catch up, and that doesn't look good. So y equals 100. So we have the point 900, 100. So that would be about right here. So here's the other line. It doesn't have to be exact. It's just helping us to draw this in roughly the right place. And then would we expect that the origin, should we shade on the origin side or not? If I put in 0 and 0, I would get 0 is less or equal to 600. That's true. So I would definitely want to shade on the inside of that. Right, and then if you add in that y has to be greater than 0, then there's our feasible region, right? It has vertices at the origin. It looks like 600, 0. It has, there's a vertex, and that's it. So we've got 4 to find.